Hello everybody, welcome to Yoga with Anadil. I'm Anadil, and today we're going to shine like the moon. So a moon salutation is perfect at the weekend when you've had a busy week. Maybe you're feeling drained, maybe you feel like you just want to slow down. If you've got so many things going on that you almost can't keep up with yourself, this is the perfect practice to slow down, to feel soothed, and to let it lead you into a place of quiet and calm. So let's begin. So if you lay your mat out in the same way that I have today, we'll move from side to side. So we come to the top right hand side of your mat, and we'll start with our feet together, toes together, the heels can be together, maybe an inch apart just to open through the sacrum a little bit. And today we'll start by warming and opening through the body as we stand. If it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes. Otherwise, just having a low, soft gaze onto the earth is fine. And first of all, we'll cultivate that breath. So allowing the breath to rise through the belly, the lower diaphragm. And as we breathe out through the nostrils, allowing that belly to deflate. Remembering we're not straining with the breath, we're just slowing it down. And with every breath out, allowing the shoulders to melt down towards the earth, soften through the face. And we're going to just warm through the neck. So as we breathe in, we're going to circle the nose all the way to the right, up towards the sky, to the left and down. Again, breathing in, circling the nose all the way up and down without collapsing into the back of the neck. And then for 2 more breaths, we're going to go in the opposite direction, breathing in, taking the nose up to the left and all the way down, breathing in, taking your nose up, and as you breathe out, breathing it down. As we breathe our next breath in, we're going to lift the nose and the gaze back ahead of us and introduce the shoulders. So easing through the shoulders, breathing in, rolling them up and down as you breathe out. You can take your arms wide as you circle through, and again in the opposite direction. So just habituating the breath to be the leader of our movement. And then coming to stillness and bringing the hands to heart center. As we breathe in, we're going to interlace our fingers, take the palms away from you and reach those palms up towards the sky. Keep breathing in and out and gently juice up through the knees, lift up gently through the thighs, and keep reaching those palms up, keeping space in your neck. As we breathe the next breath out, we're going to lean over towards the inside of your mat. Taking the palms away from you still, and really press your right foot firmly into the earth. And as you breathe in, your next breath, maybe the ribs nudge up towards the sky. Keep breathing. And as we breathe in, we're going to take our torso and our hands back to center. And as we breathe out, we're going to lean over to the outer edge of the mat towards the right side. And again, really press your left foot into the earth. Nudge up the left ribs towards the sky, and maybe even try to shine your heart up towards the sky. Breath in, let the moon rise, and as we breathe out, we're going to split the hands to shoulder height, and we're going to take our feet and stride them along the mat. We're going to bring the heels in and the toes out, and we're going to bring the hands to heart center, ready for a little flow within temple pose. So invite your knees wide, and really push your pinkies into the earth. Offer your heart up, your tailbone down, and as we breathe in, we're going to shimmer the moon rays down towards the earth. Let them rise on up, palms touching. Breath out, the palms face the ground, followed by the gaze, willing the energy to ground, or breath to ground. Breath in, followed by the gaze, lifting through the legs. You don't have to straighten through the legs. Palms pressing, palms reaching down towards the earth as you breathe out. Let's do that one more time. When you're ready to breathe in, take the arms wide, lift through the legs as you place the palms together. On the next breath out, we're going to parallel the feet. We're going to split the arms once more, and we're going to point the left toes to the left side of the mat. The heart is facing the front, big breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to sweep your right hip back, reach in with your left fingertips forward, ready for triangle. So we're going to take the left fingertips down and the right fingertips up. Now your gaze can be grounded. If you like, you can take your gaze forward or even rise on up towards the moon. Keep breathing. Now you can support yourself on your shins or your thighs with your hand, or you can just simply reach your fingertips down towards the earth. And again, keep opening through the heart as you breathe in and out through your belly. On the next breath out, we're taking the top hand down towards the earth to meet your bottom hand. We're going to take the hands, frame around that front foot, pivot on the back foot, and hop that back foot in. So we're going to go into pyramid pose. So the feet are both facing towards the direction that you are looking, towards the side of the mat, preferably hip distance apart rather than having your feet on tracks. If you're on tracks, you're likely to find it harder to balance. If you have your feet hip distance apart, there's a little bit more stability. So feet hip distance apart, squaring through the hips, offering your hips and your heart to point in the same direction as your toes. Now if you need to, bend that front knee in order to ground your fingers. And as we breathe in, we're going to lift the heart, take the head forward and tailbone back into our tabletop pose. If by straightening the leg you take flight of the ground, I would suggest keeping your fingertips grounded and just keeping that front knee bent as you need. It will come in time, as long as you are moving within your body's capabilities. Further expansion will come in time with your breath, with steady practice. And the more we relax, the more we open, the more we slow down, the more we open. Stay here, keep pulling up gently through the legs by pressing the toes in, by pressing the heels in. And if you have space in the breath, you can bow your heart towards your legs, your head down towards the earth. If that takes your breath away, you simply stay here and breathe. Now we're all going to bend through that front knee, place the palms down onto the earth and shuffle that back foot to a longer stride and flatten through the back leg. So now we're going to be in Crescent Lunge. We're going to square through the hips, allow the hips to come down, and we're going to rise on up with the hands, palms facing together. If you have any shoulder issues, you can take your arms wide. You can even have cactus arms, or you can, if you prefer, just rest onto your hips. I personally like a little bit of space in my neck, so I have my hands hip distance apart, shoulder distance apart. You can take your gaze up, and as you breathe out, I like to melt through the shoulder blades, shimmer down, the moon as the fingertips sprinkle down. Breath in, let those fingertips rise on up. And as we breathe out, we melt through the shoulder blades. Gaze down, tailbone down. Let's do that one more time. Breath in. And for the last time, breath out. Now we're going to take both of our hands, place them onto the inside of that front foot. We're going to swivel the fingertips to face the long side of the mat, and we're going to lift the back knee. See how you get on with this. So we're going to pivot the toes to face in the same direction as your fingertips, as the long side of the mat. And we're going to pivot onto the back heel so we end up in a side squat. If this feels horrible for your body, you have the option to come down onto your knee and have a supported side squat in this way. Otherwise, we come back onto our feet rather than the knee. Invite the extended knee up towards the sky, toes facing down. Now, I invite you to keep your fingertips down and take your gaze to a point on the earth in front of you for focus, and just allow the breath to settle. If you like, you can take your hands away from the ground to heart center and breathe. And you may waver, and that's fine. So you'll just find your center and come back to your breath. And then let's ground through the fingertips. If they're not already, take both of the hands to the inside of the bent knee, and then we're going to flatten the extended foot, and we're going to lift. So from here, we are lifting into a wide-legged fold. At the moment, the heart is in line with the hips into flat back. So we're going to rise on up, breath in, bend through the knees if you need to reach the ground with your fingertips. And as we breathe out, we're going to take the crown of the head to the earth. Breath in, pass with your breath, rise on up. And as we breathe out, we take it down. Breath in, get equal weight between your toes and your heels as much as you can. And for the last time, breath out, we bow it down. Breath in, let's rise on up. And we're going to make our way to the opposite side for a squat. But let's flow there. So let's bow the head towards the earth. Use our fingertips like they're playing in sand. Over to the opposite leg. As you breathe, come back to center. As you breathe out, back to your left leg. Breath in, back to center. Breath out. Let's side squat to the right hand side and keep going. Breath in, let's move to the left. Breath into center, to the right. And you can make this movement as freeing and as creative as you feel you are able to through this practice. It's a great way of letting go and shaking off stuff. So breathe, be free, get dancey, be yourself. And then we'll land on the opposite side, which is your right hand side. Place the fingertips down, and we're going to come into our squat on this side. And again, you have a choice of finding your center, your focus and balance here, or you can squat and find it here. The trick here is to pull up through the thighs and pull your energy through. And once again, take your focus and breathe. There's no expectation to lift your hands. It's only if you feel it's something you want to do, even if it's just for a moment, even if it's just tapping in to that potential. But as with everything in yoga, we do it slowly and with mindfulness. with the breath. So if you are, get your body ready by activating it through. Remember to maintain the breath and then reach on up and down. And then we're going to take our fingertips to swivel through the front of the mat, lift off our heel and pivot towards the right hand side of the mat, placing the foot down, ready for our lunge to the opposite side. Our crescent lunge. Breath in, lifting up through the palms towards the sky, tailbone is down, the back knee is down, and the legs are alive. Breath out, melting the fingertips down towards the earth. Let's take those fingertips, rise them up, shimmering through like the moon, all the way up. And as you breathe out, letting that reflection come all the way down. Allow it to be seen from the earth. Breath in one more time. And breath out. We're going to frame the front foot with our hands. You can be on fingertips. Curl the back toes up. Lift through that back knee. And maybe hop it in a fraction, ready for our pyramid pose. Now remember to have our feet about hip distance apart, so it's more stable than if the feet were in line. Bend the front knee if you need to reach the ground, and tabletop through the back. And as you breathe out, you have the choice to keep breathing in your tabletop by pressing your legs into the earth, grounding deeply, or you can bow, even if it's just a fraction, as you breathe out. You can breathe in, pulse on up, breathe out, bowing our energy down. Breath in, flat back, breath out, bowing it down. Let's all bend through that front knee, place the hands a little bit firmer onto the earth, shuffle the back foot further back and drop the heel in to about 90 degrees, and then place the back foot firmly onto the mat. As we begin to straighten the front leg, we lift, rest the right hand onto the shin, ankle, or point it down as we lift on up into triangle. We're very used to rolling down into triangle pose. So lifting up is a little bit different from the ground up, and breathe. And again, allow the shoulders away from the ears. Your gaze can be down for grounding. As long as the breath is slowing down, the gaze is secondary. From here, bend the front knee if you need to, otherwise we're going to spiral up to standing and bring our feet parallel. Once again, we bring the heels in and the knees wide, hands to heart center. As we breathe in, let's bow it down in our temple pose. Let's shine and shimmer the moon, its energy, its grounding. Breathe it out. And let's do that for 2 more breaths under your own guidance, in your own rhythm. So as you breathe in, we take the arms wide and up, straightening through the legs, maybe not all the way. And as we breathe out, we keep the knees heading outwards, the tailbone heading down, the heart stacking over hips as much as you can. And the gaze follows. The hands with the breath. If you feel stable in your foundations, otherwise you can keep the gaze onto the earth. And then breath in, we're going to parallel through the feet once more, parallel through the arms once more. Now we started at the right side of the mat, so we're going to end at the left side of the mat. So breath in, and as we breathe out, you can slide the feet together and bring the hands to heart center. Once again, interlace those fingers. Take your breath in. Palms to the sky, followed by the gaze without collapsing into the back of the neck. And we're going to breathe out towards the outer edge of the mat, the left-hand side of the mat. Breath in to center. And breath out to the inside of the mat, towards the right of the mat. Breath in, back to center. Palms press, bring your palms to your heart center. And just take a moment. Allow your breath to settle. Allow your energy to settle, maybe even your gaze. If it feels good, you can close your eyes. And make sure your shoulders are melting down towards the earth. Allow your sternum to rise on up, your heart to rise on up towards those thumbs. And as we breathe in, we stand tall, feel our full power, our full height. And as we breathe out, we're gently going to spin our fingertips down towards the earth. You'll know when your body wants it to stop. You may even continue by taking the palms further down. Breath in, back to heart center, and palms spin back up towards your face. Now if you have the time, you can stay and repeat the whole sequence. So you travel back and forth to either side of the mat. If you feel that this has already tapped into some of your quietness, then you can stay here. You can come to seated, you can come to lying down. Wishing you a peaceful day. Namaste.